Real dark and dirty. Gonna get a little dirty.
Hey y'all, Jamie from Country Diggers here. I hope you don't mind. I have the fan on. It is burning hot in here, so I'll talk loud so y'all can hear me. But anyway, I'm gonna do some Relic showing. All right. These are the stuff I found, and some of them I bought at antique store. Only a couple I bought at antique store. We'll start with those first. All right. We've got this one right here. This is a vintage Italian Florentine. It is a four panel folding screen. And I'm gonna say it's vintage because they did do some of these in the early 1900s. And then they started reproducing them in the 60s really fast, really a lot. So I'm gonna say vintage because I don't know if it's from early 1900s or the 60s, which is probably the 60s, knowing my luck. But anyway, it's got some pretty pictures on there. Victorian pictures, looks like. Okay. Now we will go to, I traded, a guy on Facebook saw one of the buttons that I had dug and he wanted it. I don't know why. It looked like an ordinary shirt button to me, but obviously he's seen something in it that I didn't. So I traded. He sent me 4 Civil War buttons for that one button. Now, obviously, that one button was something, because he sent me 4 of these Civil War buttons for it. But anyway, I got a South Carolina one right there. I wanted Southern buttons because I'm a Southern girl. And I wanted Confederate buttons, but he said he didn't have any Confederate buttons, but he sent me a South Carolina Union. Okay. And then I got an Eagle button right there. A Civil War Eagle and another Civil War Eagle right there. Hope y'all can see good. Okay, and then I got a Vermont one, Civil War Vermont, with it's got a stag on it, or a buck, or whatever, and that's a Vermont. Hope y'all can see that. Okay, now we'll go to what I have dug myself, okay? Or, yeah, what I've dug myself. And we'll go to the buttons again. Here's a pretty one I dug. First time me and Tara went out, I dug that button next to, we went to 2 places there. And this one was the one by the river, if you remember, Tara. I don't know if you remember me digging that one or not, but it's a pretty one. It's got a fancy design with it. Okay, and then I dug these 3, they look like Chinese buttons. Let me find I got 4 of these. They look like Chinese buttons. And they are obviously buttons, because I don't, yeah, here, well, no, that one's broke off, but they're obviously buttons though. I've got 4 of them. Right there. And right there, okay? Don't know what they would have come off of except some kind of shirt. I don't know how old they are or anything. Obviously, they'd be a shirt. Okay, this one I didn't dig, but this one I found last year in Florida in our church meeting room. We went down there for the Feast of Tabernacles, and that was in our meeting room right there. And obviously, I guess it's off a men's suit jacket or something. But I asked around, nobody said they lost any, so. Yep. So we'll go on to the other buttons I found. Okay? These are, I don't know if this one's military or not. It does have the anchor on it. I don't know if that's military or not though. And then these 2 right here are 1947 Air Force buttons. 1947. Okay. And then we got this one. It is an anchor button with 2 crosses on either side. I do not know if this is I think this may be like a dress uniform button is what I think, because I did look it up and it said it was for dress uniforms, but I do not know how old it is. It is an anchor button with 2 crosses on either side of the anchor though. And that's the back of it, and the back is obviously gone. So this one was my very first military button that I have dug. It's a World War II Army aviation button, and I dug that while I was digging in the outhouse, if you can believe that. I was digging in the outhouse and that right there come out. Very cool. World War II Army aviation button. And this is on the Army aviation pin, excuse me. That's on the back. Okay. And this one right here is my Indian Wars button. Now this one is special because I found it on my own land. Land we've owned forever, okay? As far as I can remember. That right there, Indian Wars button, which is 1800s, okay? And let's see. We will go on to this one. This one, I dug it. This is not a button, obviously. This is a glass bird, and I think it was a lid to a powder puff jar or something. And they made these back, I dug this at the same time I dug the World War II button, aviation button. And I figure this is around 1940s too. So what it was a powder puff jar, and this is the lid that went to it, and you just lifted it up and there's a powder puff and everything. But it's a bird. Very cool bird. Very pretty bird. All right. Glass bird. All right. This one, I kept this one because it has fancy design. It's a clock. And look at that fancy design on it, y'all. Okay, in here. Now, I did get the whole clock. But it come apart, and so I just kept this, and because it stuck, the paper, the cloth right here is stuck to it, so I kept it, and the glass part. But I thought that was so neat, and so I kept it, and it's pretty. I'm calling it vintage, of course. Okay, did I show you my 2 cowboy patches right here? I don't know what these come off of. I was digging around and I found one of them a few weeks before I found this one, okay? They're cowboy patches for something. I don't know what. Okay. Now I got I don't know why I'm showing you this one. It's a VITA App. It's one of the first finds I ever found. I guess that's why I'm showing it to you. But VITA App. And some lipstick tubes. I got lipstick tubes. Nice lipstick tubes. Vintage, I'm calling them, because I don't really know how old. Okay. This one is pretty. This one's my prettiest one, I think. It's got that right there on the end, and it's, yeah, I like that one. And this one, I don't think this one's a lipstick. This is a Avon product right here. I assume perfume come out of that one. I assume. And something is still in there. I cannot get the lid off, and I don't want to mess it up. So I didn't want to mess that up. This one I bought on eBay. I won an auction on eBay. Can you believe that? Those auctions are fun, but I spend too much money on them. But this is a Tums container. It's 1920s Tums. Okay, it's got the it's got a ship. It's got a horse and buggy right there. I hope y'all can see this. I know the light's shining off. It's got a car, and it's got a train, and it's got Tums on the lid right there, and I thought that was neat. And this is I think this might be lipstick or perfume. I have not been able to get the top off of that one either, and I don't want to mess it up. But look at the Fleur de Lis. I think that's what it's called. Fleur de Lis on there. That's neat. Okay, now we'll go to this one, which is a Dewberry. This is 1930s Dewberry makeup compact. Okay, I have not been able to get that one open. I have tried and tried. I cannot get that one open. Tara said, "Why don't you just pry it open?" I said, "No, I don't want to mess it up." And it does have something in there, but I figure either the mirror is broke or it still has some powder makeup in there. This one is a 1950s Helena Rubinstein. Now, I did do a history on Helena Rubinstein and the Dewberry Richard Hudnut compact, if y'all want to go back and check those out. But this is 1950s Helena Rubinstein. This one does open, and the mirror is intact. Okay, And these have an interesting history to them. These compacts, this design of compact has an interesting history. The CIA used them to smuggle some notes and stuff. It was a hidden compartment or something in one of them, and they used them to smuggle notes with. That's some interesting history. All right. And then we got, let's see, the locks. This one is my Eagle lock. It is my Eagle lock. Let's see, where's my locks? Oh yeah, 1930s, 40s Eagle lock. Right there. And you can see the pretty eagle. Okay. That's the first lock I ever found. And found it down at my grandparents' old farm dump. So that's a special one. Alright. This one is a pilot lock. It is, I'm calling it vintage because I can't get a date off of it. So I'm calling it vintage. Just a pilot lock. This one is a Yale lock. It is a 1960s, 70s Yale lock. Okay. And this one is just a modern, like probably a diary lock. Because you can push it right in there. Well, anyway, you can push it somehow and it comes open. You don't have to have a key or anything. It's just a little, it does have a key that can go in it, but you can open it without the key. I think it's like a diary lock or something like that. All right. On to, let's see, we got this one. Tara found this one not long ago and she gave it to me. It is a Zippo. It's a bullfrog, a bullfrog Zippo. It is a 2003 Zippo, 2003, okay, with a pretty frog. I love froggies. And then we got this one, which is a, let's see, oh, this one is a Zenith. Zenith, where is that one? Okay, 1960 Zenith, right there. Yeah, 1960 Zenith. We got a 1960s Liberty National Life Insurance Company Zippo, and I said it was 1960s, and it is a Zippo too. Okay, it's got Statue of Liberty on it, 1960s. This one is a Wellington Balboa lighter, 1950s to 1960s. It's got an advertisement on there that says C.L. Sherman and Son Lumber Dealers, 3010 Washington Boulevard. I think it says TE. I'm not sure if those are letters or numbers, but it says 2-3479 Beaumont, Texas. And then it's got some advertisement stuff right there. It says finance headquarters underneath, and then it's got lumber and material loans and home planned, glass, all kinds of writing on it. Okay. And this one, we got this one, which is this might be a two-parter video too, I'm not sure yet. But this is a 1960s CMC Continental lighter. Okay? 1960s Continental lighter. Okay. I think that was all my lighters. And now, yeah, I think I'll do a two-part video on this. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye.
Up and hit the road, searching high and low. Never can tell, you never really know. Running out of breath, need you to pull me up. Hell is raining down.